Verse 52, Sri Vishnu Sahasranama Stotra. Gabastinemihi sattvastaha simho bhuta maheshwaraha adidevo mahadevaha devesho devavritguruhu. In this verse, there are 8 names of Sri Mahavishnu, evenly spread in all the 4 parts, 4 in line 1 and 4 in line 2. Gabastinemihi sattvastaha सिंहः भूतमहेश्वरः आदिदेवः महादेवः देवेशः देवभृद्गुरुः. The first name, Gabastinemihi, means the center of the planetary systems. The center of the supreme planetary system. The term Gabasti means race. Nemihi means spokes. Therefore, the term indicates one who is the hub of the wheel of light, in which the spokes are like his own rays of brilliancy. Astronomically, we can consider this as the sun, the center of our known planetary system. But subjectively, he is Atman, the self, the effulgent consciousness, beaming out of himself to the veils of matter, the 5 koshas. He is residing in all the beings and being within inside, residing inside, abiding inside the human body of 5 koshas. He is enlivening all the elements of matter, all the layers of matter, all the layers of the human being, that is, the jnanendriyas, the karmendriyas, the mind, and the intellect. Now, appearing like the sun at the macrocosmic level, at the microcosmic level also, he is present in all the beings. That's why he's called Sattvastaha. Sattva is the being. Stha means abiding or residing. Sattvastaha, residing in all beings, more particularly residing in all virtuous persons, abiding in Sattva. Now, Maya is constituted of 3 gunas. Sattva, inactivity. Sattva is non-activity, not inactivity. Sattva is unactivity or non-activity. Rajas is activity. Tamas is inactivity, laziness, indolence. When the Maya is predominantly constituted of Sattva, it becomes the vehicle for the Supreme Brahman to express as Narayana. The Lord is essentially constituted of the Sattva Guna. Although he is Gunatita, he is beyond the Gunas. But Sattva Guna, we can say he is residing primarily, appearing as a Sattva Guna. And therefore, he is pure truthfulness, Shuddha Sattva Swarupa. We can call him Shuddha, pure, Sattva, Satya Swarupa, or Sattva Swarupa. Sattva and Satya, they are not different. It also means that one who is present, abiding, stha, in all the beings, sattva. Every being is called sattva. One which is having life is called sattva. Now, when such a supreme being, say Mahavishnu, is always armed with Nandaki and Chakri. Nandaki is the sword, Chakri, the Sudarshan Chakra. Then he also has Kaumodaki, the mace. With all these powerful weapons, when he is residing in our heart, now the unhealthy Asuri gunas, they simply run away. They vanish as if they have seen a dangerous lion, Simha. which is the next name. Simha, Simha is the lion. Now, due to his great exploits in fighting negative forces during his various incarnations, he is indicated as lion among the beings. The best example is Narasimhavatara, half man, half lion. So Narayana took this form of a man lion in order to end the tyranny of Hiranyakashipu and bless his devoted son, Mahavishnu's great devotee, Prahlada. Because Hiranyakashipu has sought a boon that he will not be killed either by man, either by lion, by man, lion, bird, anything. So Mahavishnu appears as a combination of man and lion, Narasimha, Narasimha. So, so this Simha denotes the, the Ugra Rupa of Vishnu against the evil forces. So in Sanskrit, any part of the name can indicate a full name. So when somebody says Simha, it can mean Narasimha. For example, when somebody says Bhima, it means Bhimasena. Somebody in Sanskrit we use the word only Bhama, it can mean Satyabhama. Similarly, when we say Simha, it actually means Narasimha. So this Simha it represents the Narasimha avatar of Mahavishnu. As all animals run away seeing the lion, so do all sins vanish in the presence of Sri Hari. So being so powerful, Sri Hari is a great lord of beings. Bhuta Maha Ishvaraha. Lord of beings is Bhuta Ishvaraha, Maha Ishvaraha. Great Lord of the beings. Bhuta Maheshwaraha. Bhuta Maha Ishvaraha. The great Lord of beings is one who is a Lord who orders, who commands, who regulates, and who presides over all the activities of all living creatures and in all times, in all ages. So he is called ruler of all creatures, all beings. Bhuta Maheshwaraha. So a person can be a Bhuta Maheshwara only when the being, the deity, has been the primordial first deity. The deity has been in existence even before creation of the first being. So Mahavishnu is called Adidevaha, primordial deity, the first deity. Now, can also mean who is first. It can also mean Adidevaha means the first person. The moment you call, oh God, please help me. The God who appears first before you is called the first Deva. Deva means somebody who is resplendent. Also, it means the first Deva, God of all the gods. The term Adi has one more meaning, one who eats. The term Deva has one more meaning, one who evolves. So Adi Deva can have multiple meanings. One Adi Deva can mean one who evolves in eating up. That is, one who consumes the names and forms. That means who removes the illusion of names and forms. That means the one who helps us to go and melt into himself. It means the subconscious is absorbed into the supreme conscious. So the message is that once by withdrawing from the false preoccupation with the perceived names and forms, one can move deeper and closer to the divine Lord. So Adidevaha has so many meanings. Not only Supreme Mahavishnu is the first deity, he is also the great deity, Mahadevaha, the great deity. He is the source of all consciousness. From him only have arisen all other subsidiary deities and beings. The other deities actually form a sort of hierarchy of deities. He is like the supreme boss. He is the chief executive officer of a top company, from whom the authority flows downwards and downwards to the lower functionaries. So Mahadevaha means the Supreme Lord, the great deity. Now, the Supreme Deity, we address the Paramatma as the primordial first deity, Adi Devaha. We call him the great deity, the Lord of all the beings, Mahadevaha. And such a deity is also the Lord of the Lords. He is the Lord of all the gods, Deva Ishaha, Deveshaha, the Lord of all Devas. He is very consciousness in the gods themselves. Gods also get their authority, consciousness, and ability to fulfill the needs of the smaller beings, only deriving authority from Him. The authority flows from the top through the hierarchy of gods, and we can get the blessings either directly from these subordinate deities or through the Mahadeva. It is up to us. He is addressed as God of all the gods because of his unquestionable prominence. And such a person, he is a Devesha, he is a Lord of all the gods, he is also their teacher. He is the one who teaches them. Deva Brut Guruhu. He is a teacher of not only Devas, but he is a teacher of the King of Devas, Deva Indraha, Devendraha. He is a Devendraha Guruhu, Devabhrut Guruhu. He is a teacher of Indra also. He is a protector and advisor of the Indra himself, who is the king of gods. Thus, he is the most excellent, the most knowledgeable, and most powerful being. In Sanskrit, we have one word to describe all these features called Uttaraha. Uttaraha is the first name we'll take up in the next episode. सर्वे जना सुखिनो भवन्तु ओम शांति शांति शांति